Welcome to Podcasts, recorded live at the Center for Spiritual Living in Portland, Oregon. We have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its video podcast, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.
Good morning and welcome to the Portland Center for Spiritual Living. We are a science of mind community that teaches spiritual principles to transform your life and make the world a better place. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. All we ask is that you stay open to the possibility of changing your entire life simply by changing your mind. My name is Nancy Ashley, licensed practitioner here, and it is my honor to welcome you. And it's also my honor to say that this Sunday completes 20 years that I've been coming here, and you have helped me. So I think I've changed my life by changing my mind. Yeah. So, if you're new to the center and joining us in person, there are welcome packets, and I hope you received one when you came in. This gives us a lot of information about who we are, what we stand for, how we might serve you, and there's a Science of Mind magazine to get you started. Anybody new here today? Yes, okay, welcome. For our global audience, the same information is available on our website, cslportland.org, under the About Us menu tab. And either way, you'll find a lot of information about who we are, what we stand for, and how we might serve you. Also, on our website, you can sign up for weekly emails, and they're really valuable. Please consider that because you get it every Tuesday, tells you everything that's going on, and it gives you the Zoom links for the different activities, too, so very valuable. And if you sign up, you can get a gift on your birthday, which is a birthday card and a free gift. So I'd like to highlight a couple of announcements. Our Sunday service, of course, is here at 11 o'clock every Sunday, and you can also get the message on Facebook Live, however you do that. I come here instead. And you can also get the message later in the week on YouTube or via podcast. So our regular Wednesday night meditation on Zoom is 7 o'clock Pacific time, and this week, licensed practitioner Kate Barrett, Emerita, will be leading the meditation on appreciation. So please feel free to Zoom in, 7 o'clock Sunday evening, and again, the website, the Zoom link is on our cslportland.org website or on the email. We also have online Zoom groups for what used to be called our Social Justice Book Club, and we evolved into our Social Justice Group. So we're moving from just reading about it to maybe taking a step into more activity. So please join us. This is this Saturday, 12:30 to 2 on Zoom. And we also have the 12-step program for women, which I facilitate on Saturday at 11 o'clock, and you're welcome from any 12-step program, AA, NA, MA, blah, blah, blah. There's so many of them. Any one of them, if you have a 12-step experience, you are most welcome to join us. We have our Spirit Lunch Bunch. Now, this used to be called Lunch with Reverend Larry, but now it's called Spirit Lunch Bunch. It's the same time, 11:30 on Friday, and please join us for that. And again, the Zoom link for that is on our website. So we have something special coming up today, and I'm going to read one little special part here. The 64-day season for peace and nonviolence begins tomorrow, and the copy of the season booklet is available for download from the cslportland.org website. So there are 64 days of this, and I call upon licensed practitioner Catherine Richer to come up and share an invitation for this beautiful program starting tonight.
Thank you, and congratulations on 20 years of dedicated service. We appreciate you very much. So, people of peace. We are people of peace, yes? Yes. Can I hear that again? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So, people of peace. On behalf of Reverend Marilyn Sprague and the ecclesiastical teams of the Portland Center for Spiritual Living and our collaborating partner, which we're really excited about, Amazing Grace Spiritual Center in Seattle, Washington, I share a special invitation with you, and that is to join us tonight from 6 to 7 Pacific time on Zoom for the launch of our 2023 Season for Peace and Nonviolence. Can I hear a yes in the house? Yes, thank you. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Sorry, 6 o'clock, yes. Thank you. I'm so excited. I got an hour ahead already. The Revealing Your Spiritual Power meditation is a component of the celebration tonight, led by licensed practitioner Emerita Kate Barrett, and the powerful circle of prayer in which each of our individual voices is recognized and honored. Between these two and the community gathered and our spiritual intent is a guarantee that we will demonstrate the exponential power of two or more gathered in prayer and lead us all into the spirit of fostering and living together in peace and nonviolence. You can find out more about that, and you don't have to register ahead of time, but if you want to join us, go to cslportland.org. You'll find a Season for Peace and Nonviolence button with instructions on how to access the Zoom link. So we do look forward to your presence in our sacred container of consciousness dedicated to peace and nonviolence. And Nancy has something she'd like to say.
Well, the Zoom link is also on that email if you've got the email. So,
and your email. 2 ways to find it. So we'd love to have you participate in that. Then again, I want to remind you about our winter 2023 Connection Circles. This begins Sunday, a week from today, February the 5th. And they are another way of embracing the Season for Peace and Nonviolence, because each week's discussion focuses on one of the daily themes for the Peace of Season and Season of Peace and Nonviolence. And it is an 8-week series. There's 2 ways to participate. One of them is a meetup circle that meets in person here in the sanctuary right after our 11 a.m. service. You do not need to register for that ahead of time. You can decide at the end of the service, I'd love to drop in for that. And so that is one of the forms of the Connection Circles here at the Center Live. You can also sign up for a number of different times on virtual circles, and these are available on Zoom. Pre-registration is required for the virtual circles on Zoom. Again, that is at cslportland.org. There's a Connection Circle button with a big bright daisy in the middle of it. Find your preferred time and date. Thank you for the demonstration.
can they sign up for all of them?
Can they sign? You can sign up for as many as you want to, because none of them are scheduled at the same time. So you can sign up for however many. There's an abundance of opportunities. Choose one, choose them all. We do ask that if you're in a virtual circle, though, it's a consistent 8 weeks. So yes, thank you. As many as you would like. Please know that wherever you are on your spiritual journey, we do look forward to welcoming your radiant presence at any or all of these activities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. So our flowers, as usual, are courtesy of Kat Jacobs, and I don't see her here today, but thank you, Kat. And our special music is, of course, by our fabulous LaRhonda Steele. And our Friends Band, which is really convenient that LaRhonda could snag her husband in here to fill in for Ken today. Thank you, Mark, and Jim, and Donnie. So today's message is surrender. Okay, by our wonderful visiting minister, Reverend Barb Wuest. So thank you, Barb. Welcome back. And I know that somewhere between the music, the message, and the meditation is exactly what your heart came to receive. So please sit back and relax.
Nancy, you are one of the main reasons, one of the reasons that I am a part of this community as well as this spiritual path. I remember hearing you say, I know something between the message and the meditation and the music is exactly what your heart came for. And one day I heard her say that for years, And then one day I said, what? Wait a minute. That was exactly what my heart needed to hear. And ever since then, it's just been a wonderful journey of awakening. So thank you so much for being the vessel that just has led a lot of us, that way. And seeing your face every day, every Sunday is just a blessing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Changing lives. Yes. All right, so now we're going to go into our spiritual practice of meditation. If you'd like to sing along, or if you'd like to just breathe and let these words wash over you, please just do what your heart says do, all right? I embrace the new, I accept a new way of thinking. I embrace the new, I accept a new way of thinking. I embrace, I accept, and I allow. And I say yes, yes, yes. I say yes, yes, yes. I say yes. I say yes. Let's sing that again. I embrace the new. I accept a new way of thinking. I embrace the new. I accept a new way of thinking. I embrace the new. I accept a new way of thinking. I accept, I allow, I embrace. I accept, I allow, I embrace. And I say yes, yes, yes. I say yes, yes, yes. I say yes. I say
And so as we stay in this place of beautiful knowing the oneness, the wholeness of Spirit, of God, knowing it is everywhere present, in, through, and as everything, it is filled with love and wisdom, peace, joy, abundance. And as we are human expressions of this divinity, I know that each one of us here is filled with all of these qualities. I am a being of spirit, and that is true for every person here and within the sound of my voice. And so we know that as we are here in this present moment, we can be present. We can be conscious, connected with spirit. We can let go of the past. We can let go of the future and be here in this moment. And it is good and very good. And so I just surrender to all that Spirit is. I surrender to the love and goodness of God. And I am so very grateful to be here, to be knowing this truth, and to know that we are all one. And so I just release my word into the action and activity of the law, knowing that the law always says yes. I release it, I let it be, and together we say, and so it is. And as we go into the silence, I just invite us to become present right here, right now, in our mind, in our body, in our spirit.
Wondrous God, and all the names thereof. Open the hearts and the minds of all people to your gracious love. Wondrous God, and all the names thereof. Open our hearts and the minds of all people to your gracious love. Begin with me. Begin with me. Wondrous God, and all the names thereof. Open our hearts and the minds of all people to your gracious love. Wondrous God, and all the names thereof. Open the hearts and the minds of all people to your gracious love. Begin with me. Begin with me. Wondrous God, and all the names thereof. Open the hearts and the minds of all people to your gracious love. Oh, wondrous God, and all the names thereof. Open the hearts and the minds of all people to your gracious love, and begin with me. Begin with me. Open my mind, open my heart, begin with me. Yes, begin in me. Yes, begin with me. Open my heart, open my mind to your gracious love. Begin with me.
Wow. I just feel like that was such an amazing meditation right there in itself. Thank you so much, LaRhonda. Wow. Whew. Let's take in a deep breath. Oh, whew. That was so, I know, I'm still. Thank you, Nancy, practitioner Nancy, for setting up the stage, and for the wonderful musicians and LaRhonda Steele. It's like, you realize how great it is here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, and those of you at home, you realize how great it is here for setting it up. And then also last week for Dr. Casey Wilson, who's the director of the CSL Camp Cedar Ridge. I was trying to remember how she did I love Cedar Ridge, right? And then the other stuff she did so fast, I didn't pick it up. But that's okay. You can watch last week online. It was great the way she set it up for this Living Out Loud, which is the global theme, and the focus of today, which is celebrating life as source. So she did a great job with setting all this up. So we have spent this month then reminding ourselves of who we are through the basics of the science of mind. And today is our final step. And it's the most important one. We prepare ourselves to surrender into this life and to surrender into this year. So we're almost a month in now into this new year. So how are we doing so far at surrendering? Great, right? I'm just going to know that for everyone. So what if we were to surrender to spirit and source itself entirely? Like all the way. This is what it takes to live out loud. So we surrender our fears and our doubts, and we free ourselves to live out loud in celebration. That's what it's about. Every day, becomes a new day to celebrate and the simplicity and the beauty of life itself. So that's what this month is about, is that celebrating our source, living out loud. So in his essay, The Great Surrender, Ernest Holmes talks a lot about losing our lives. And what he means by that is that we lose and let go to the aspects of our lives that might hold us back from living the Spirit-centered. So when we do that, we return to the source of our being, and we can live in harmony with the divine that is always with us, moving in, through, and as us, right? We say that a lot. Divine source moving in, through, and as us. It's not just out there. In, through, and as us. So first of all, though, we need to wake up and give conscious thought to what obstacles are in our life, if we have any. Some of you may not have any obstacles, which is, and that's great. I think I have a few. And when we do wake up, though, we can name them, then we can do something about it and awaken to the divine within us. So here is my favorite 14th century Persian poet, Hafiz. This is what he describes what happens when we release and let go. What happens when your soul begins to awaken, your eyes and your heart and the cells of your body to the great journey of love? First, there is wonderful laughter and probably tears, and 100 sweet promises and those heroic vows no one can ever keep. But still, God is delighted and amused. You once tried to be a saint. What happens when your soul begins to awaken the world to our deep need to love and serve the friend? Oh, the beloved will send you one of his wonderful wild companions, like Hafiz. So the divine sends us messages and messengers all the time. It's through these opportunities that it can help us determine what the obstacles in our lives might be. But here are some examples. Possibly doubts, fears, perceived lack of love, maybe, uncertainties. All of these things take away from the truth of who we truly are, our being. Remember, the divine moving in, through, and as us. So, if you have trouble getting to sleep at night and maybe waking up, and I'm not counting waking up to go to the bathroom. That doesn't count. But if something is waking you up, what are those thoughts that are preventing you from surrendering to the divine? Think about that. I love the example of Thomas Edison, who, as the story goes, made over 1,000 attempts before he discovered electricity. That's dedication, that's perseverance, right? 1,000 attempts. In each failure, he needed to surrender to the bigger truth, following each piece of knowledge like a breadcrumb. Because he knew every time he failed, he got closer to the truth of what the reality is of electricity. Had he clung to his own personal ideas, he might have given up. But the principle of electricity was not altered. So hear that. The principle itself is not altered. It was always there waiting for his 1,000 attempts. It's the same with us. The principle is always there. The divine spirit is always moving in, through, and as us. It's always there. It's through these messengers and allowing ourselves to recognize if we have doubts, fears, uncertainties, that we can get closer to the truth and do something about it. So what might surrender feel like? I think sometimes before in the past, maybe when I've even used that word for myself, it's like, surrender. I'm so used to not surrendering. I'm so used to holding on and being in control. But what does it feel like? This is called the flying trapeze. It's part of it from the Essene Book of Days by Denan Perry. Sometimes I feel that my life is a series of trapeze swings. I'm either hanging on to a trapeze bar, swinging along, or for a few moments, I'm hurtling across space between the trapeze bars. Mostly, I spend my time hanging on for dear life to the trapeze bar of the moment. It carries me along at a certain steady rate of swing, and I have the feeling that I'm in control. I know most of the right questions and even some of the right answers. But once in a while, as I'm merrily, or not so merrily, swinging along, I look ahead of me into the distance, and what do I see? I see another trapeze bar looking at me. It's empty. And I know in that place in me that knows that this new bar has my name on it. It is my next step, my growth, my aliveness coming to me. In my heart of hearts, I know that for me to grow, I must release my grip on the present, well-known bar to move to the new one. Each time it happens, I hope. No, I pray that I won't have to grab the new one. But in my knowing place, I know that I must totally release grasp on the old bar, and for some moments in time, I must hurtle across space before I can grab the new bar. Each time I do this, I am filled with terror. It doesn't matter that in all my previous hurdles, I've always made it. Each time, I'm afraid I will miss, that I will be crushed on unseen rocks in the bottomless basin between the bars. But I do it anyway. I must. Perhaps this is the essence of what the mystics call faith. No guarantees, no net, no insurance, but we do it anyway because hanging on to that old bar is no longer an option. And so, for what seems to be an eternity, but actually lasts a microsecond, I soar across the dark void called the past is over, the future is not here yet. It is called a transition. I have come to believe that it's the only place that real change occurs. Even saying that, my heart is like, boom, I release and let go. And even though it's only for a nanosecond, it can feel like an eternity. Finally, releasing, letting go. To feel spirit fully moving through. It's the same with us. What thoughts, fears, or doubts may be holding you back from being all that you can be? From allowing yourself to let go of that bar and float through the air and grab onto the next one. It's time for each of us to surrender and let go and fly into being held by the divine. It's always there, always there. That's the principle, always there, moving in, through, and as us. From L.R. Nost, life is amazing, and then it's awful, and then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and the awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing, hold on through the awful, and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living, heartbreaking, soul-healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful. That's life. Life is life. So how our life outpictures depends upon what we're willing to surrender. And that we are willing to surrender in order to be available to freely love openly, in love, as love, and with love. Ernest Holmes says you have to lose your hate if you wish to find love. You have to let go of everything that is unkind if you wish to discover kindness. You even have to surrender fear if you wish to discover faith. Well, I was planning a trip last June. I was going to New Zealand. And I had met a number of individuals through my travels. And one of the things that I found out more about myself as I do traveling is that I prefer it if somebody else plans it all. I don't mind doing the plane reservations and all that, but it's like once I get there, because I have found that if I say, okay, I want to go to New Zealand, the first thing I want to do is get a travel book. Well, what should I see? What should I do? What should I, all of that. And I get overwhelmed. And so I freeze. Then I can just see the clock getting closer and closer and closer to when I'm going to leave. And it's like, oh my God, if I want to go see this, I better get tickets now for that, right? So I got online and I messaged my friends that I know who are Kiwis, who all live in New Zealand. There were 8 of them. And I did this in June for a trip in November. And I said, I'm going to be there for 3 weeks. And I gave them the dates. And I said, would any of you be willing to get together with me and just have some fun or show me your life, show me where you live? And one of my friends got back to me, a bunch of them did, and they said, yes, we would be glad to meet with you. But one of my friends said, it was such a great question. She said, what type of traveling do you want to do? Do you want to see sights, meet people? What is it? And I thought, that is the perfect question. Because that's, I think, where I've been stopped before, is that I want to see it all and do it all because I don't know if I'll ever get back there again. So if I'm going to have 3 weeks, I have to do everything. But it made me really sit and think about it. And then I saw this wisdom on Facebook. Of course, where else do I find wisdom? It seems like Facebook has so much wisdom. It said this, and I sent this back to her because as soon as I read it, I was like, that's it. That's exactly what I want. When I say I want to travel, I don't mean I want to stay at fancy resorts or buy keychains at souvenir shops. When I say I want to travel, I mean I want to explore another place and become part of it. I want to hike mountains and walk along quiet beaches. I want to meet people who are not like me, but people who I can like all the same. I want my mind to be in constant awe of life on earth. I want to see things with new eyes. I want to look at a map and be able to remember how I was transformed by the places I have been to, the people I have met, and the things that I've seen. This, I think, is what is at the heart of adventure, and that is exactly why I plan on making it my life. She came back to me and she said, I'm being told I'm your tour guide and your New Zealand ambassador. As soon as I got that back, I felt complete surrender. It was exactly what I wanted, and she felt so blessed to be able to be my tour guide. And so I have to say, I saw some of the most beautiful, breathtaking places. I met some of the most amazing people. I will definitely go back. I got to go to a Christmas party. I knew 2 people, and then there were all these people, and I even got up and did karaoke with people I don't even know. Maybe that's why I did it, because I only knew 2 people. I don't know. But I will definitely go back. It was what I needed in order to surrender, is recognizing that there's somebody who says, Barb, come on, I want to take you and show you where I live. So how do we go about surrendering? It seems at times like it's a hard, laborious task, doesn't it? And it'll take years to fully release and let go. So how did I let go? How did I surrender? There's a story, it's Reverend Sapphire Rose, and she writes about how she let go. And just know when she says she, you can also say he. So I really want each of you to listen fully to this and take it in, because it's beautiful. So take a deep breath in right now with me. And know that she's doing the work right now for us. And this is how you do it. She let go without a thought or a word. She let go. She let go of all the fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons, wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry. She just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning and all of the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her day timer. She made no public announcement and no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it was just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. Letting go can be as simple or difficult as we allow it to be. That's it. Even listening to those words, even just now again, and I've read them a number of times, I felt my shoulders drop a little bit more and become more present, just that little bit more. Remembering the principle, the divine moving in, through, and as me. And it's the same for each one of us. Know this, that as we surrender, we are leaping into the life that we are meant to live. Remember, taking that leaf and grabbing onto the next bar. And in doing this, we are guided by that magnificent presence and power. It's all around us and within us. And it doesn't have to be difficult, although it can be, if that's our choice. So I want to truly live out loud. And in order for me to do that, on a daily basis, I need to surrender the past, I need to surrender the future, and I need to surrender my desire to be in control in this present moment. I vow to take this on as a daily practice with this living out loud. I'm going to do what Nike says. What do they say? Just do it. Just do it. So this week, what I'd like is for each one of us to take the opportunity to practice surrender. If your mind goes to weary, if it gets weary, and it goes to worry and lack or fear, stop, take a look around, take a deep breath, and become present. And notice what is in your vision. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you taste? What do you know? And then take another breath. And then another, and then only then will you really see what is real, what is right in front of you in your life. And then at that point, open up a prayer of gratitude. Make a statement of gratitude for thank you for this life. Thank you for this breath. Thank you, God, source, love, spirit. Thank you for the recognition of that principle that's always here, the divine presence moving in, through, and as me, as you. And then in this moment, bring in this wisdom again from my favorite poet, Hafiz. I am happy even before I have a reason. I am full of light even before the sky can greet the sun or the moon. Dear companions, we have been in love with God for so very, very long. What can Hafiz now do but forever dance? So let's dance together in this newfound purpose of being in the light, as the light, and with the light. So take a deep breath in as we go into prayer. And as you release and let go, may we each daily commit to surrendering anything that is not needed in our lives to be the best us that we can be. May we also recognize that now is the time for us to do whatever we need to do in order to live out loud. And if that means surrender, then surrender anything that is not needed. And we aren't doing this just for us. We know that we're doing it so that the world will benefit from our being alive, from being the unique us that there is. And in doing all of this, may we realize that each day is a day to celebrate the simplicity and the beauty of life itself and live in gratitude for the now moments. As I pray these words, I know that the universe is conspiring for our good and that each of us is permanently infused with the wisdom of love from this moment forward. I call it good and very good, and together we say, and so it is. Blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Barbara. Now is our time of gracious giving. I invite you to take your check, your tithe, your gift in hand. Those of you online may make a donation at our website at cslportland.org/donate. Place your gift over your heart if you'd like and repeat after me. Graciously I give with a heart filled with love, knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive. Would the ushers please begin receiving the gifts?
More than enough, more than enough, more than enough, more than enough, more, much more than enough. I am more than enough. I am more than enough. I have more than enough. There is more than enough. More, much more than enough. 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 More, much more than enough. More, much more than enough.
Thank you, Michelle and Paulette. So I invite you now, if you want to dance this surrender out with us. you are welcome to do so, or if you want to groove in your seat, whichever it be, that's what I say. And since we know that God is our source, that God is our power, God gives us everything we need, then we can rest and we can surrender in and to that. Yes? Yes. All right. Play your cajon, my friend. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Y'all know it. Come on. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Yes. So I give thanks. Thank you for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Sing it again. God is my source. God is my source. Yes. God is my power. God gives me everything that I need. Yes. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Oh, love is my source. Love is my source. Oh, yes. Love is my power. It's my power. Everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me joy. Oh, joy is my source. Joy is my source. I happily surrender.
Joy is my power.
Oh, yes, it is.
Joy gives me
everything that I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Come on, Mark. Yeah. Like Erica says, do that again, please. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Steele. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. I give thanks, yes I do, for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. Yes, God is. God is my power. I have everything that I need. God gives me everything I need, y'all. God gives me everything. God gives me everything. God gives me everything I need. That is the truth, yes. Friends band, beautiful. We already did it again, Erica.
And again, and you can go on online and find it so we could do it again and again. Yes, thank you, LaRhonda. So if you would like prayer or anything afterwards, there's practitioners in the back, and you can have prayer if whatever is going on in your life right now, and improve any area in your life. There's 1-minute miracles that are available in the back. Also, if you could fill out a prayer request card, that's there at the ministry prayer table. And if you feel went out. It's honor for the entire prayer team to pray on those over the course of the week. And for online audience, you can submit a prayer request at the website, cslportland.org, and it will automatically be distributed to all the ministers and practitioners. So if you need prayer, please avail yourself of that wonderful connection. So now I invite you to stand for the benediction as you can. And repeat after me. Something wonderful is flowing through me right now.
Something wonderful is flowing through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
And life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
I think it. I believe it. I accept it. Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
And putting our head down or our eyes down, whatever that is, to relax into this moment. Know with me that you are never alone, that the divine presence of love is within you always, in all ways. And anytime during the day or during the night when forgetfulness comes upon you, simply go within and remember that you are always, always loved. In gratitude for this remembrance, we let it be, and together we say, and so it is, and blessings be. Woo.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Barb.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's sing our closing song together. I am love, I am loving, I am love. I am love, I am loving, I am love. It's the truth of who I am. If I forget, Spirit reminds me again. I am love, I am loving, I am love. Now tell your neighbor, you are love, you are loving, you are love. Yes, you are. You are love, you are loving, you are love. That's right. It's the truth of who you are. Shine your light near, yes, near and far. You are love, you are loving, you we are know love. That we are love, we are the whole wide world. Yes, we are love, we are loving, we are love. It's the truth of who we are. Shine your light near, yes, near and far. We are love, we are loving, we now are tell another love. Neighbor, you are love, you are loving, you are love. Now inward, I am love, I am loving, I am love. That is the truth, yes.
We hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you happen to be in the Portland, Oregon area, we'd love to have you visit in person. The Portland Center for Spiritual Living is located at 6211 Northeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Our inspirational service is at 11 a.m. every Sunday. We also have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. We have a variety of content dedicated specifically for our podcast listeners. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its podcasts, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Our website is also the place to learn more about what's going on at the center or to contact us. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.